As everyone stood there in the room, in awe, the monk crowded against the wall, shivering, teeth chattering, looking as if he had lost all grasp on sanity. The dark specter made its way over towards Kontiki, who looked terrified, staring at the monk, shivering against the wall, as his eyes fell on the dark specter of his mother, kneeling down beside him, wrapping her shadowy arms around him, placing her cheek on the top of his head. "It's okay, Kontiki. Mother is here. Everything will be fine. Nothing will take me away from you, or you from me. We will be together, always," she whispered to him, as she gently held him there, as he was stunned with fear, and yet felt the embrace nonetheless. It felt warm, affectionate, exactly what one might expect from a mother. "Kontiki!" Master Roma shouted, startling him for a moment as he reached down, grabbing Kontiki, bringing him towards him. "Kontiki, listen closely. You will tell no one of this. Do you understand?" Yes, Master Roma," Kontiki replied, still a bit shaken. "This is not something that the other children, or even the other members of the Moon Clan need know of. Until we figure out exactly what this specter is, we cannot risk panic within the clan, nor your safety. Heaven knows what you will do if people begin trying to kill you. We can't risk it. You must stay absolutely silent of this, Kontiki, until we know the truth," Roma said, an intense expression on his face as he gripped Kontiki's shoulders tightly, staring at him. "And it is in this moment that we find ourselves drawn away from this moment in time, this place, because elsewhere in the world, other things are happening, other things that play a very important role in our story. A great distance from there, where Kontiki is being told by Lord Roma to remain silent, another angle of the story unfolds as a loving family goes about their daily dues, a mother preparing a meal for her child, while her husband works alongside their young son, doing the traditional work that their family has done for generations, making fireworks. "Okay, you two, dinner is almost ready," the woman said, entering a room constructed in the house for work, as the father and son toil away, grinding away at black powder, adding different mixtures of chemicals in order to create the fireworks. "Wow, that smells good, baby. Do I smell meat?" "Why, yes you do," the wife exclaimed to her husband with a bright smile. "That rabbit you caught is going to taste very good. I can assure you of that." "Well, I'm glad to see it's being put to good use, baby. And it does smell delicious. And for dessert, we have some sweet rice balls. Isn't that your favorite?" she said, leaning down to her son, pinching his cheeks gently and lovingly with a smile. "Mom, don't embarrass me in front of Dad. We're men. We're working. Treat me like a man." His mother laughed gently. "All right, Kontiki. Have it your way. Be treated like a big man. I just suppose that doesn't mean... That means that you don't want any rice balls." "No, that's not what I said," Kontiki replied. "I absolutely want rice balls. Man-sized rice balls." "All right then," his mother replied. "Man-sized rice balls it is. For my two men. The only ones I need in my life. This is the Oma family. a family of fireworks crafters, as they have been for many generations, very prominent. Their fireworks are distributed to people all over the country of Japan for festivals and celebrations that bring awe and astonishment and joy to the people that live here. However, all is not right with the Oma family, as the mother of the Oma family, Kamika, makes her way back to the kitchen to finish preparing her meal, and the father, Rokuro, continues to help Kantoki prepare the fireworks. Kantoki himself sees her again, slipping into the periphery of his vision. A dark, shadowy specter, a feminine figure, who looms in the room. In the distance, in every dark corner, he always sees her there. He never tells his mother or father about her. He's frightened of what they might think, how they might respond. What if they send him away? If they believe he is cursed? It's possible. Kantoki thinks to himself. Just don't say anything. Just ignore her, he says to himself in his head as he continues to try to focus on his firework making, grinding away at the black powder gently. He never tells them of the woman made of shadow and swirls of light, who haunts his every moment, who comes to him in his dreams, and speaking to him, cradling him, telling him that she is his mother and no other, warning him of impending danger, that he must find the others, or be found himself. But, as always, he tries to ignore her, to simply go about his daily life. Kantoki and his father finish making the fireworks, after which they adjourn to the house where they have a nice family meal. Everything goes as warm and kind and loving as all of their family meals go. And as the meal comes to a close, and his mother begins putting away the dishes, Kantoki's father calls him over. Okay, son. Last job for the day, and then we can get ourselves some shut-eye until tomorrow. I need you to do Dad a favor and take this box of fireworks into town. Everything that's needed is already inside of the case. The customer is Mr. Coram. You remember him, right? Yeah, Dad, I remember him. Just take him his shipment of fireworks and pick up the payment. And then we can get some rest. All right, Dad, Kantoki says, as he happily accepts the box of fireworks, shuttling out of the house and heading towards the village. They have to live on the outskirts. Due to the nature of firework making, they can't have random fires and embers sweeping through. It would be exceptionally hazardous. Kantoki begins making his way down the wood path that leads to the rest of the village. In his head, he wonders about what kind of new and interesting fireworks he might come up with once he's in charge of constructing them. Or have they already been thought of? Truly, the most enjoyable part of being a firework maker was seeing the fireworks you create burst into beautiful, brilliant lights in the sky. Kantoki was captivated the first time he saw it. The magic that his family creates, the lineage that was passed down to him. He wanted nothing more than to be a master firework maker, just as his father was before him. To one day have a loving family of his own, and children to whom he would pass down his firework making skills, just as his father did for him. Kantoki wondered to himself what his wife would look like. He wondered if she would be like his mother, or perhaps a bit different. As long as they were happy, Kantoki didn't suppose it mattered. As a whisper broke his chain of thought. Soon, Kantoki, he heard whispered from beside him as he looked over his shoulder to see his ever-present dark specter mother looming behind him. "What?" Kantaki replied, as he had never known her to speak whilst he was awake, merely looming nearby. This was the first time she had ever spoken to him while he was awake. What do you mean soon?" "It will happen soon, Kantaki. I wonder, will all of you survive? I do love you so much, Kantaki. I do hope you make it, just as I hope they make it." "What are you talking about?" Kantaki said, as the shadowy specter mother leaned in, embracing him warmly. "It's all right, Kantaki. In the end, we will be together, no matter what," she said. In the moment, Kantaki could feel the warmth of her hug, a sense of sincerity in what she was saying, however frightening it may sound. There was no maliciousness in it, no desire to see anything bad happen to him, and yet her statements implied it nonetheless, that something bad might happen.